Can you believe it? A top women's wrestling superstar in the WWE's rookie card selling for 99 cents? People are really itching for AEW wrestling cards, and we're going to Dallas, Texas for some wrestling cards. No, I'm not talking about the Dallas Card Show, and no, I'm not talking about Glenn Goza.
R-A-S-S-L-I-N, that's wrestling.
The wrestling card market is wild, wacky, and just keeps on trucking. This is the Wrestling Card Market Watch for April 2021. What's up, wrestling fans? I'm Zhan, and welcome to Wrestling with Cards. In case this is the first time checking out the channel or checking out this specific video, this is the Wrestling Card Market Watch, where I look back at some interesting sales that I found over the previous month. I like to do these market-style videos for a few different reasons. Too many times I hear people complaining that they're priced out, or they just can't find any good cards or any good wrestling deals anymore. I'm also getting really sick and tired of people who don't collect wrestling cards, don't take them seriously, and don't think they have any value or longevity. And look, wrestling cards aren't baseball, basketball, football, I get it. But for these people out there that think, oh, wrestling, that has nothing compared to my precious soccer cards. Or for those out there that still won't take wrestling cards seriously, but yet they're taking cardboard seriously of guys that drive cars around in circles, I'm here to crush those people's complaints and get rid of the negative bias and stereotypes towards wrestling cards, sending those cardboard curmudgeons through a sheet of glass like I was a deathmatch wrestler. Right through the glass! I'm fired up. Let's get into these cards. 2016 Topps WWE Becky Lynch rookie card, 99 cents with 99 cents shipping. I really couldn't believe this. Becky Lynch is one of the biggest names in women's wrestling. And to find a rookie card of hers for just 99 cents with 99 cents shipping, which is also very doable. We weren't charging that $4 first class on a 99 cent card. That's crazy. But as you know, I'm always playing devil's advocate when I'm arguing for or against a wrestling card. So let's look at why this card sold for such a low amount. First being the eye appeal. It's really not a fancy card. This is a base set card of a base set from Topps. And sure, it has the rookie card logo on it, which is what we as collectors have kind of been groomed to accept as the rookie card. But many would argue that Topps just throws rookie card designations all over the place, all willy-nilly, and on multiple years, so how are we supposed to determine that? But either way, this card for 99 cents is a no-brainer purchase, a no-lose situation, and this is a type of card that could really be the gateway to a new collector or an existing collector going down a new PC or a new investment path. The fact that you could get a WWE Superstar rookie card for $1, why are more people not trying to seek these out? Instead, they're complaining, I can't get a $20 blaster that's probably full of crap anyway at retail, when you've got $1 cards that you can go dig through on eBay. It's like going to your local card shop, digging through that $1 box or that quarter box or that 10-cent box. You can do the same thing, guys, on eBay. As I stated, you could look at this also as a new investment path. There's a lot of money to be made on this card because you spent $1, and this could be flipped in a few years or maybe even immediately for a little bit more. If you wanted to go for some major value, what if this card grades out a 9 or a 10 and you can send this off to the grading companies, flip it for a couple hundred possibly in the future? I don't know. It's just things that kind of run through my mind as I'm looking at certain cards and why they're sold and priced the way they are. Overall, just an easy no-brainer purchase for me right here. 2018 All-In Trading Cards Complete Set, $250. However, there was a best offer selected at $200. People have been clamoring for AEW cards ever since the Young Bucks posted that picture of their sticker autographs that looked like it had that Upper Deck hologram logo in it. And since then, we haven't gotten any news. So people maybe are getting tired of waiting, or maybe they're looking at, I use this analogy a lot, the 1982 Wrestling All-Stars compared to the 1985 WWF Topps, and how sometimes the cards that aren't officially licensed or the cards that were before the official rookie card, whatever you want to call it, sometimes those have more value. So I'm wondering if people are just becoming impatient for AEW cards, or are they looking at, hey, these are their prior cards to what could be rookie cards in AEW, and they're just trying to get a jump on those. $200 seems to be about the middle of the prices that I've seen these going for, some more, some less. We've also seen some higher graded singles out of these boxes And they're going for, you know, $200, $300, $400 a piece that I've seen. Even though technically these were produced by Ring of Honor, I believe, many still look at them as AEW cards because the All-In event was essentially what turned into AEW. There are also a few actual AEW sets floating around out there. I'm not going to talk a lot about that here, maybe in another video, but they are out there. So I think they were produced around the same time as these, so you still then have that argument, are these All-In cards actually the first AEW cards? More on that maybe in another video. I think these are great cards. Overall, it will be interesting to see what the market thinks of these once we actually do get AEW cards, whenever that may be. 1985 Hemphill Von Erich Family Game, Kerry Von Erich, PSA 4, was listed at $600, best offer accepted of $325. I had known that these cards were out there, but I hadn't seen any PSA graded copies in a while, it seems. These cards were originally featured in the Von Erich family board game. I think these cards are really cool looking, but that may just be because I have a soft spot for world-class wrestling.
The Major League of Professional Wrestling scene round the world and across the nation. And this edition coming direct from the Cotton Bowl at the famous State Fair of Texas here in Dallas, Texas.
But ultimately, as far as the value and the popularity of these cards, I really think it's going to fall into two separate camps. The first camp that would be interested in these cards would be the diehard world-class fans. The guys that want all of the Kerry Von Erich stuff, all the Von Erich family stuff, anything that has anything to do with world-class championship wrestling, they want any and all of it. Whether it's cards, programs, t-shirts, you name it. We have diehard collectors out there like that. And the other camp, or the other way of thinking that this card may be popular with, are the people kind of like myself. I don't have this card, just being transparent, and I haven't looked at buying it. But the people who like the rare, scarce, hard-to-find wrestling cards. And while I honestly don't think that these cards will ever get into the same value as the Wrestling All-Stars that feature the Von Erichs, or, you know, you have the Fritz Von Erich first card in the Monty Gum set, it will be interesting to see kind of where these cards end up going in the future with the wrestling card market. Before we get into the next card, if this video is bringing you value, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Give me one of these, and just a few other ways you can help support the channel, the show, my content. Make sure to check out Wrestling with Cards, the podcast, which is an audio companion to these videos. Sometimes it's got different stuff on it, though, so you're going to want to check that out. Make sure to also check out, while you're checking out podcasts, Worlds Collide, myself and Tony Vella, two YouTube wrestling card personalities coming together to talk about all things wrestling cards. Subscribe, share, leave us a review, tell us what you like, what you don't like. And also, if you really want to help support, links down below for Patreon, the Wrestling with Cards Patreon page, where you can support the show monetarily and get some bonus stuff. You can read about that. Links below, like I said. Also, link below to, if you want to buy me a coffee, if you want to buy me an energy drink. 2013 Upper Deck Employee Exclusive Hulk Hogan Precious Metal Gems out of 125. $1,775. As many of you know, this card specifically is my favorite Hulk Hogan card of all time. In fact, I did a collector spotlight video about this specific card, which you can go check out there. And even though this is my favorite Hulk Hogan card, that's not why I picked this sale. I picked this card in this specific sale to prove a point, which actually has nothing to do with my personal opinion on the card. There are a lot of people in the wrestling card space out there that don't like this card, and they don't understand why it's so popular or so valuable. They don't understand the importance of it. Some people just hate the picture of Hogan that's on the card, which I believe was from around the same time period, 2012-13 maybe, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure it was from the Australian tour. I remember Hogan having this bloody match with Ric Flair, and I think this is the image that was used during that tour. Others seem to hate the actual design of the card. A lot of people don't like flashy, crazy stuff, which, you know, if you look at my arms, you can tell that I like crazy colors and stuff. So it's no wonder why I like this card, but I also understand why people don't like designs like this. There are a lot of people out there that like basic card designs, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In all honesty, there are two things that I think this card really has going for it. The first being, it's a PMG, Precious Metal Gems. For anybody watching this that's a wrestling card fan that doesn't collect sports cards, go back and watch my video I did about the Michael Jordan Metal Universe card. I talk about the PMGs a little bit in that video. It should help you understand why PMGs are important a little bit better. And the other reason that this card is carrying a lot of value and popularity is something I talk about all the time: rare, scarce, hard to find cards. There's only 125 of these things out there. And the fact that they were distributed exclusively to Upper Deck employees only makes them even more rare. And it really wouldn't surprise me if there was an Upper Deck employee that has this card locked up in their collection. Maybe it's because they're a huge Hogan fan, or maybe it's just because they're keeping it as kind of a memento of working at Upper Deck. We just don't see a lot of these popping up on the secondary market. But based on the price that this card sold for, it's really exciting for me to see that maybe people are finally starting to understand what I've been talking about why this card is important and why it is very valuable and very rare. But that being said, you could triple this amount and I'm still not selling mine. 1997 Panini Rocky Maivia Superstar sticker, PSA 10. This sold on Golden Auctions for $33,600, including the buyer's premium. Congratulations once again to Rob England for this huge sell of his wrestling card. One of the biggest single wrestling card, or in this case sticker, sold that I can remember. But for me, the sell of this card actually brings up a lot more questions and possibly some more answers. So I actually want to address more of those questions and possibly answers in this segment than I do want to talk about the actual Rock card. So let me explain. The first thing I want to say is I'm never afraid to admit when I'm wrong about something, and I was wrong on this Rock sticker. When these first came out, I thought they were overpriced for what they were on the secondary market, and I thought the boxes were too expensive. Clearly, Rob was right and I was wrong, because look at this amount that he sold his for. He's clearly made a huge profit here and possibly making history. But since the sale of this specific one, I've seen another PSA 10 or 2 pop up. I don't remember the exact pop report right offhand, but I have seen at least one, if not 2, and I've seen a ton of 8s and 9s surface. And while I understand PSA 8s and PSA 9s or BGSs or whatever, those are not going to be selling for the amount of PSA 10. But the fact that they're not even in the same stratosphere as what the 10 sold for, I mean, we're talking not even half. There's something interesting there. I have to wonder, maybe was Rob's card sold for the amount it was because he used Golden Auctions and they're one of the biggest mainstream high-end card platforms there is that we see talked about in the hobby? Could be. Are we seeing prices going down because a lot of these are getting pulled out of the packs now because we've seen a lot of people buying these boxes up? Or maybe they had already been pulled and they're just now starting to come back from all of these grading companies? Possibly. I don't have the answers to this, and I honestly don't really have an opinion on anything that I've spoke on. It's just I'm trying to figure it out and trying to put the information out there. Just observations. But this sell also leads me back to that whole wrestling card rookie debate, and I'll just stop for a minute, and if you have questions on wrestling rookie cards, check out the video I did there, and hopefully that will help you. And if you need to pause this video, you can go check that one out and come back. But you guys know my opinions on rookie cards. But let's talk a little bit about the sale of this one and how it relates to rookie cards. This is just another reason why I don't go rookie card chasing. It seemed like forever everybody was talking up the 1997 Cardinal trivia game wrestling card from The Rock as being his first rookie card. Then all of a sudden these paninis start surfacing, and we're like, okay, well, this was pack pulled. It has a number on it in a set, so maybe this is the rookie card. Yet, both the Cardinal and the Panini are both currently selling for about the same amount on lower grades, so like 9s, 8s, 7s, etc. And we haven't even seen the run on the 98 Comic Images card, or possibly the Bendham cards, or possibly even some other stuff out there that haven't surfaced yet. And another interesting fact is that none of these Wrestling Rock cards have even come close to touching the amount in sales of the Rock Bumblebee football card. And once again, on this rookie card debate, I'll say what I say all the time in almost every video or any time this topic is brought up. Out of all the fringe rookie cards that are debated, buy the one that you like the most, buy the one that you think the market will gravitate to, or just buy and collect them all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you were able to learn something from some of the information that I put out there. Whether you're hearing about some of these cards I spoke about for the first time, or whether you're a veteran and you've been on the fence of buying or selling some of these. I just hope that some of this information is able to help you guys, because wrestling cards, out of all trading cards, It seems like they sometimes the hardest to navigate based on what card should I buy, how much is it worth. A lot of these cards aren't printed as much as regular sports cards, so it can be confusing, and I'm hoping these videos are helping you out. And once again, if I brought you some value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give me one of these, and if you want more great wrestling card content, click the videos on the screen, and I'll see you there.